Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, folks of all ages, all sizes, and everybody in between. I hope you're all doing wonderful tonight. I hope you're all doing beautiful tonight. Genuinely, truly. We are back at it again here tonight with some more Elden Ring, and I mean, hey, what can I say? But we're gonna go ahead and make this adventure happen as best as we can, because I mean, honestly, as it stands, we're actually doing pretty darn good on the actual loop there that we have going on. I'm gonna go and load up the game here, but while that is happening, folks, do keep in mind I'm gonna go ahead and drop these links where they need to be, and so on and so forth. Make sure that we're not gonna suddenly get digged down out of nowhere. Hang on here. Also, my cat apparently decided that he was gonna be in my room here tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that he gets out properly without it being too big of an issue. Wonderful. Okay, good. He did that. Awesome. Anywho, so as it stands, we are officially at this point in this run. We are officially at this point in this run, stuck on trying to figure out where we are going to find our next great rune. Which, if you don't know from last time, we are at a little bit of an impasse. It's a sucky impasse to have. We only have 2 of the 3 great runes that we need to actually progress the game further at this point. And that's not exactly awesome. So, until that point, until we really get there, we officially have to look for that next great rune. And it means doing a lot of item checks. So, part of my solution, part of what I've thought of doing here is kind of doing a review of what we've already done tonight, or what we've already done prior nights, and so on and so forth. Seeing if we can maybe figure it out, make it happen, hopefully. So, yeah. Anywho. Hey, Starburst. Wonderful seeing you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're doing amazing tonight and all that magic. You know, actually, I'm going to do one quick thing here, folks, because I just realized that we are starting to hit into those months where the weather is indeed kind of chilly, frankly. It's such a silly thing, you know, it's something I should have probably prepared for before the stream actually started, but oh well. You know what? Whatever. Who cares? So, yeah, there we go. Nice little bit of some warmth on. Okay. So, without further delay, because I know we're all absolutely looking forward to seeing me absolutely eat some ass tonight here. And not in the fun way either, just in the very, very sad way of, oh, well, there goes another run right down the toilet. Let's go ahead and hop right into it, have ourselves a little bit of fun here. I'm gonna go do this boss real quickly because it's right around the corner from us, and it's like, why not? Why not at least do it? Also, kind of reviewing some things that I had in prior clips or prior playthroughs. We do actually have access to some... Oh, that's O'Neill. O'Neill can be a little bit intimidating, but I think we're fine here. There we go. Yeah, I think we're fine here. Yeah, I think we're fine here. You know, actually, we're more than just fine here. We're, like, super, ultra, super fine. I am going to probably play scenarios out a little bit more, like, goofy than usual, frankly, because I can. Also, staggers. Nice. The fucking goofball that O'Neill is, he's going to go for the summon instead of actually doing something semi-intelligible. So we're just going to take advantage of that fact. Nice. Awesome. Prattling plate and a death rune. Okay. Alright, cool. So, one thing that I've kind of... I wouldn't say I remembered necessarily, but one thing that I kind of remember from the last time that we played through the game here, we have not actually made our way into all the local churches. All the local churches that we have available to us right now, which, by the way, is kind of important because those are one of probably the best locations that we can check on a consistent basis. We haven't actually done all of them, and that is frankly kind of big. So. Oh, no. It's all good, Starburst. Don't stress it out too much here. In terms of asking you anything, I don't think I asked you anything off the top of my head here. Yeah, I don't think so. I might have, but it's okay. It's all good. I just hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing awesome. All the magical shit, as it were, as it always is. And, yeah, no, I just hope you're doing good. So we're going to go ahead and divulge our route a little bit here because I actually haven't done this yet. Mount Gelmir is actually over this way, and we have yet to do that. So let's go ahead and make the course correction real quickly here and go ahead and do that as best as we can. Which, by the way, folks, tonight is probably not going to be the longest stream in the world. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual, more than likely. Just because I am kind of hitting a little bit of a tired point here today. It was a little bit more of a longer day than I might normally expect, but at any rate, I'm not stressing about it. Just simply a matter of, yeah, that is exactly the case. So we might go for like an hour, we might go for an hour and a half, or two, roughly at most, but yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and let you know in advance. That's kind of what's going on, so.
We rarely risk fascinating. So, about the birth.
She is dressed
your decision now. You believe the drawing room
in a way that's like weirdly skimpy. Oh, Glovewort Picker's bell. Okay, well, you know, I wasn't expecting to find the bell bearing here, right up her cooch apparently. But I'm not complaining. I'm not actively complaining or anything. I'm just saying it's like kind of a little bit of a surprise. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, alright. Well, you know, if I had known it was gonna be that damn easy. You know, I just realized if we don't have the key to do this, we actually can't do this. If we don't have the key to do this, we can't actually do this. Okay, well, I guess our route into this mountaintop is not exactly... Let's go part 21, the luckiest part. It's part 777. Hey, Rosie, how you doing tonight, buddy? Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're doing awesome. Alright, well, we officially can't actually continue further into Mount Gelmir until we get the key to go further into Mount Gelmir. So, I guess kind of bringing that back around to what I initially thought of. We have not done all the exploring in Altus Plateau. And in terms of most of the churches throughout Liurnia and throughout, I'm sorry, Limgrave, we have pretty much explored almost all of the churches when it comes to that matter. But we are still lacking on like a fair amount of churches right now. And as it stands, we only need one Great Rune to further progress the game, which, if we're really looking at it, churches would be one of the best options for us. Purely because when we're talking about a church, it is like genuinely so damn, like, not easy, but good. Because it's literally just the easiest check you can think of. You know exactly where to look. We really need to kind of do that at some point or another here. Okay, that's not how you get down that way. Alright, cool. Grave Glove 6. I am forgetting what I'm currently on for my Radon boys, but we do need to improve that at some point or another here. By the by, folks. If you haven't already, and you feel like being super duper awesome and one of my favorite people in the world here, do be sure to leave a like. it is a wonderful, wonderful way to help out the stream. Genuinely, when I'm talking about it, it is actually probably one of the easiest ways you can help out the stream as a whole. So yeah, do be sure to do that when you have a chance to, if you haven't already. Hop up the horse here. And yeah, hope you're doing awesome tonight. I really do. I'm gonna take a quick sip of my drink here, folks, just because opportunity is arising. So yeah. Tonight's drink, and I feel like we have to start a little bit of a drinking hour or something like that, frankly, because we've started to do it. Was that a tree spirit? Okay, I could probably handle a tree spirit. I feel like I am more than well stacked enough to handle a tree spirit. Some of the lads, as long as they're not super aggressive here, like the boys are incredibly aggressive, if I'm being honest. They will just do shit sometimes, and it's not the best. Okay, this tree spirit is fucking cake. Never mind. It's fine. Put him in the grave. I feel kind of bad for bosses sometimes in these games, but like, I mean... Okay, do I actually do this? If I am not mistaken, there's also a field boss over this way, which, is that the field boss over that way? There's also a church literally right there. And maybe I should do the church instead. Is that the field boss? No, it's the Adula up that way. Okay, fair enough. Alright, you know what? We're gonna go check the church out. Also, gravesite literally right here. So let's go do that real quickly. Why not? Oracle Bubbles. Twin Greaves, Kukri. Traveler's Gloves, and what's here? Rune Arc. Okay, alright. Nothing really crazy there, honestly, but whatever. It's fine. So, yeah, really right now, we are just kind of looking around as best as we can for a Great Rune, and if we can find a Great Rune, then that would be ideal, but, you know, there's really... Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that covers... Okay, never mind. Rossi, if you can do me a favor real quickly, and or Starburst, whichever one of you, could you just go ahead and type clip that in the chat for me? Okay, alright, well, I mean, fuck it, I will take it. I'm not gonna complain actively about getting a Great Rune when I needed a Great Rune. Fuck this bat, by the way. Oh, well, fuck him again. The funniest part is I totally planned to, like, do so much work tonight. Because, like, I thought that we were gonna have to go all the way down to, like, I'm forgetting the name of the area right now, but the deeper depths. You know what, maybe we'll do it anyways, just because I feel like doing some extra stuff tonight. So let's, what would you say about, we'll just do deeper depths. We'll just do it just because we can. Alright? Alright? Okay, cool. Alright. I'm gonna say we're gonna probably keep pumping health along here too, because health has not yet hit its soft cap, and yeah, I see literally no reason not to increase our health, frankly. We increased charge attacks. You know, I'm going to keep the stamina recovery right now, because it has been so damn useful. I see no reason not to keep that going. So, alright. Okay. That in mind, Deeper depths. Great waterfall basin. Let's go this way. I'm going to go this way purely because I feel like doing some extra stuff tonight because I already kind of planned for it to some extent. Because if I'm being honest, I totally expected tonight just to be the worst experience ever. Like, I literally planned tonight to just be like, hey, we're going to have to go around to like 1,500 different locations and check everything. Literally everything. So, yeah, we're at least going to go here, frankly, because we can. And it is an option. So, stamina recovery is amazing. Yeah, no joke. You know, actually, it's a little bit undervalued as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Elden Ring because, like, stamina recovery is not just stamina recovery in this game. It's also the simple fact that stamina recovery in this game is like, you start recovering stamina faster than you would normally recover stamina. And that is such a huge... Oh, my God. So many... Jesus Christ, so many things just died there. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Like... You know, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever was doing that level of damage over that way, I'm just gonna go ahead and avoid that area. Why would I do that? Why would I actively go seek out potential death when I could just not do that? Yeah. I'm just gonna take the easy route on that one, folks. Okay. All right. Cool. Oh yeah, no joke. And then if you have the turtle shield on top of that, I used to really undervalue the turtle shield, but like, the simple fact of the matter is there's so many good shields in this game. Shields in this game, really, there's not really a facet in this game that's, like, miserable, right? Because there's so many things in this game. Okay. Okay, that seems reasonable. That's fine. Decent enemies, we're fine. Whatever's here is not really a problem. Earlier games didn't have everything quite figured out yet, so they usually had like 1 to 2 items that were really, really, really damn good. But they kind of figured out over time that having like those little MMORPG kind of elements where it was like, hey, we have like 5 different items that if you stack them all together, they're insanely damn good, frankly. And I think they started figuring that out. And that is frankly very huge. Okay. Terrifying enemy. Terrifying enemy. Oh, I apparently killed Torrent on that. I apparently killed Torrent on that. I don't know how Torrent died there, but okay, fair enough. Alright, well, you know what? Whatever. We lived. Fuck that individual in particular. Something better than Turtle Shield for stamina recovery? I'd believe it. I can't really believe Stamina Shield to be the best shield in the game at this point. Especially considering I feel like they probably learned their lesson on that one since Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, if you're talking about one of the best potential items you could pick up in that game, it was literally the Grass Crest Shield. It was always the Grass Crest Shield. Like, there was, in fact, no better option than Grass Crest. Grass Crest was so genuinely stupidly overpowered. It did everything for you. It did everything for you. It was such a beautiful item. I can make this jump, right? I can make this jump, but you know what? I don't even have to make this jump, is the thing. I am very untrusting of Torrent today. Like I said, very untrusting of Torrent today. also increases stamina? Braggart's Roar also increases stamina, actually? I had no idea it also increases stamina gain. Huh! That's so crazy! Also, actually, one that surprised me, or... Who is that? Have we... Yeah, no, we have done that. Okay. So... That's just Godskin? This is either Godskin or it's a Serpent Collar. Or not Serpent Collar, but Snail Spirit. One or the other, but either way, we're fine here. We should be fine here. I don't know if they were in range for that buff, but let's find out either way. Okay, I think this is normal. Yeah, you know, I think this is normal. We're fine. We're fine here. Look, I know this is incredibly cheesy for the most part, but I really don't care right now because, yeah, I don't care. Cool! Wonderful! Boss down. Braggart's War increased by 10%. 2 weapons means higher buff. Oh, wow. See, that is, again, one of those things that I think they've... Like, I feel like that is, again, one of those things that they have learned when it comes to these Soulsborns, is that they have learned that people really, really, really vibe with having multiple items that you can stack on top of each other. Because one of the biggest complaints I feel like most of the Soulsborns kind of suffer from is that you can't stack rings. You can't... It's always been rings, frankly, but you can't stack the rings. Which, granted, in this game, it is, as far as I can see, the same exact category when it comes to that. But there's so many options of stacking that you can stack so many buffs that it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't, honestly. And it's nice. I really, like, you can't complain about that. So, it's nice. Good shit. Alright, 47. Wonderful. So, I guess as it stands, I'm wondering if we could head down towards Noxtella. Or the Lake of Rot. You know what, why don't we make an attempt at it? Spectral Lance. Funny enough, one of the runs I was planning on doing here at some point or another here was going to be, like, only throwing weapons. Like, only specifically weapons that you could throw. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. I do. I feel like it would genuinely be a lot of fun. Gosh, I am mildly blanking right now if we can make it all the way down to the Lake of Rot. I think we can. I think we can, at least. I don't think we're locked out of the Lake of Rot without Ronnie's questline. Only consumables. No, it wouldn't be only consumables. It would be... So, it would probably start off with only consumables kind of looking like that's exactly what we're dealing with. But it would pretty much be centered more so around, like... there's certain Ashes of War that I know you can pick up. Like, one of the ones that we literally just picked up is called Spectral Lance. It's one where you turn a spear-based weapon into a throwable, for the most part. I'm gonna kill this, because I fucking don't like it. Get your big, ugly, stinky keister. Thank you. I don't really want to spend... Okay, that is that's a terrifying enemy over there. As long as he doesn't spot me, I'm going to take my big item and I'm going to go. But yeah, anyways, there's currently a couple different... It's kind of a big item over there. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to choose actively to ignore certain things this time around because I am going to try very, very, very actively to live as opposed to dying. So, yeah. Anyway. As I've tried to say for the last couple of times here, long story short, there are certain Ashes of War that you can actually use that are throwable related. I don't know how entertaining it would personally be because there are only so many weapons that have Ashes of War like that. And while it sounds fun, I just don't think it would be enough. Oh, does this stop short in the water? That'd actually kind of be cool if it did stop short in the water. I think it does. That was a few items. Cool. But yeah, long story short, that's kind of what I had in mind, and I don't know how well it would go, frankly. I want to hope that it would go super duper awesome, but I can't tell. Only because when you're talking about certain things like that, it could either go one of two ways. It could either be like the Melania cosplay run that we tried, like 1 or 2 months ago. I was really worried I'd fall off to my death there. It was just kind of boring, frankly. No worries, Rossi. Go ahead and go enjoy yourself, my friend. There's a dragon up there. You know what? I'm gonna hopefully make the right choice here in choosing to just run through Noxtella, because I think Noxtella vibes with a very certain level of danger to it that I would prefer ultimately to completely avoid if I could help it. That's a lobster right there. I have a bow, if I'm not mistaken. I have a bow. I know for a fact I have a bow. I could maybe play out the bow play here. Wait, does that make me heavy load? No. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna try that and see if we can make that work for us. I think the Greatsword has probably been the best play for us as a whole because it's gotta be one of the weapons that I'm probably hands down the most comfortable with. Okay, so nothing crazy there, that's fine. This lobster, though, needs to die. Does the lobster not rot? Does the lobster not rot? Because he's taking his time. Wow, this lobster is kind of tanky. What the hell? Is this man made of meter? Is, like, the lobster insanely tanky, or is it just me? Like, I know it's cheesy, frankly, but, like, it's a lobster, and I don't trust the lobster for anything. I don't. Alright? And of course, naturally, the lobster decides to be a bastard and put himself over in a corner where I can't actually fuck him up. Because, you know, that does seem pretty lobstery. God, that seems so incredibly lobstery. And, by the way, this, again, falls into that wonderfully special category of, like, hey, this is an enemy right here where I would love, love, love to be able to actually handle them properly, more or less. But the game just actively makes it impossible to ride through this area with a horse, so you can't do that, right? And that's the problem here. That does no damage whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie, would this do better damage? Would this actually do better damage? Will this hit... Oh! Yes, it will in fact do better damage. Okay, cool. That is genuinely so much better on the damage. Oh my god, that is, like, okay, yeah, that was just infinitely better, wasn't it? Yeah, that was just better in every single way. There was literally no reason not to do that. Okay, wow. Fucking miserable enemies types. Ooh, okay, alright, well, I'm running away. Bye. Bye. Fuck you, Felicia. Put him in the grave. Fuck you. Really, it's not even the fact that it's, like, multiple enemies. It's the fact that it's multiple enemies that have, like, very good stagger rates. If it weren't for that fact, it would be fine. Staggers are so incredibly important in this game. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with. If you're getting enemies that can stagger you into infinity and beyond, yeah, no, stop. Stop what you're doing it wrong. It doesn't matter anymore. Ugh. I mean, I feel like it very well represents out of the clip that I have, where it's literally me fighting against, like, a bear. The fucking rune bear into the one Radon Knight that can just stagger me into infinity. Yeah, no, exactly. That is all it needs to be, and it is already too much. So, all right. Well, I think we're fine here for the most part. I feel like we're fine here for the most part. We're missing out on an item up that way, but I don't think it'll probably be anything too important in the scheme of things. It probably won't be. If it is, we can come back through here. And, that's okay. It's alright. It's all good, folks. Okay. Alrighty. Down to our next major area here. So, one thing I know we're kind of doing right now that's kind of goofy, kind of a bit gooberish even, frankly. We are kind of going out of our way to do things that we don't have to do anymore. But, at the same time, I do hopefully want to find some gear that will be very useful. That's a bubble blower, and that is a danger. Yeah. There we go. We love to see it. Magical combinations for every kind of enemy. But yeah, long story short, we're dealing with a lot of bullshit right now, and obviously, like, there's only so much you can do when it comes down to it. But one of the biggest things I think I've started picking up on during these playthroughs is that it's really about understanding what you're going against and being able to say, like, no, the fight I'm walking right into is quite literally a death trap. Like, that is just a blatant fact. There is no other answer around it. So luckily, I have at least started doing that much. I'm going to get the set of brace. There's an item over to our left here. We should, in theory, be able to do this without completely fucking ourselves over. So, yeah. This is also a good chance for me to present the worst version of Rot versus the good version of Rot. Because right there, you saw the worst version of Rot, which is that it chunks down, I think it's about a 8% or 9% of health every single couple of seconds. There's a better version of Rot, though, which only does like a little bit less than that in the scheme of things. And what you want to have happen is you want to have the like much better version of Rot, which only does about a 4% to 5%, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. It is all good, Rossi. I'm sorry, that is Starburst. My bad. Terribly sorry about that, Starburst. But yeah, no, it is all fine. Do not stress it. Have all the best of luck with all of your studying. Actually, we have the best weapon for this area right now, for the most part. Yeah. Don't even stress it. Take care of what you need to take care of. Okay? Don't even think about the rest of it. You know, I'm actually gonna just book it across this lake of Rot real quickly, because I feel like this is pretty damn dangerous to be on. And while I could probably survive for a while here, considering the meatiness of my health bar, I'd probably prefer not to over-test the boundaries that I have given myself, so yeah. Frankly, yeah, if you're able to just lurk in the background, that, frankly, is more than enough in the scheme of things. So thank you so much, Starburst. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. What are you... well, you know, I'm curious, because what are you studying? Just as a general inquiry. But, hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Alright, so we have officially made it across the Lake of Rot here, and we are going to make our way on down to the site of Grace here, and we'll be looking super duper duper. Do we check what the Estelle boss is? I think we do. I think we do. I think we do check what that boss is, purely because it could potentially be something... It could potentially be a great rune. So it might be worth checking. I'll go ahead and entertain it, at least, I suppose. Worst case, it's not worth entertaining, and that's that, you know? Is that a legendary? That might be a legendary? If it is a legendary, I mean, I'm gonna probably... No, it's just a very sizable common. Okay, well, I'm less concerned about it then. Gotcha. Okay, alright. Well, either way, Starburst, don't stress it too much. Just having you around in, like, the background and whatnot is more than enough, so don't even think about it too much, okay? That flower exploded? Trigger the meatball as best as I can here, if I can trigger it. It is not just triggering, which is a little bit of a problem. There we go. Trigger that meatball. Also, Golden Order Sword. I don't know what the requirements are on that, but that could be good. There we go. Put him in the grave. Alright, what do we got up here? This has been pretty good, though, actually. This playthrough has been incredibly solid. Our gear is pretty well stacked. We're doing pretty darn good on that for the most part. I could technically upgrade to Blythes. You know what? I will upgrade to Blythes. Why wouldn't I upgrade to Blythes? A little bit of extra cash. I could probably maybe squeak in like a couple more points into endurance at some point here, but it's probably not going to be anything immediate, more than likely. Jellyfish, you get to support our money. That was not a lot of money off them. That was actually like a fat nothing off of them, actually. So, yeah. No. Alrighty. So what is our boss for down here? I feel like we're pretty well stacked for the most part. The only thing I think I wish I had a little bit more of was like a phantom I could say would be a little bit more. Is that? It's Margit. Okay. Well, Margit isn't too bad actually. Margit's reasonable. Alright, buff up the boys. And myself. And let's head on in there. I only have 2 boiled prawn, but I don't trust the fact that Margit could be this late of a boss. The boys have decided to completely abandon me, and that is mildly terrifying. Never mind. I never needed them in the first place. They are completely unnecessary. Fun fact, you'd never guess it. Okay, yeah, I really... What are they doing? Oh, well, shit, okay. I mean, great rune, but what are they doing? The boys just completely abandoned me. I guess whatever. So, good news, that's our 4th Great Rune. Cool, wonderful even. I don't really need the 4th Great Rune, but either way, at least we have it now. So, plus, honestly, more cash. More cash. More cash, that's 1704 in our total health bar, which is pretty darn good. So, I think at this point I can start pivoting off towards more damage stats. Just because I feel like we're probably doing pretty good in health. I think we're fine there. And it also officially means we can actually start doing our route here in the Mountaintop of the Giants. So, why don't we start doing that? Why don't we pivot? Rossi, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing here? Hopefully it was nothing too crazy that you had to go do. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm actually going to pull up my chair here, folks. It's been a long day for me, and I'm just going to sit down. Cool, so it immediately gives me the Rolled Medallion. That's my first time making it here with the allotted necessary amount of Great Runes and everything, so nice! We have officially made it, my friends, the furthest we have ever made it in this playthrough. We have made it to the Mountaintop of the Giants with a pretty damn good build, pretty damn meaty build. And that is a good feeling. That is a really good feeling. That is not what I picked up there. Map. Please. Well, hey. Glad to hear it was a normal thing either ways, Russie. So, we've officially made it to the mountaintop of the Giants. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some, like, basic key item checks, I suppose, and then on our way, we're probably... we really don't actually need to do any more key item checks as it stands in this playthrough. All of our key item checks have pretty much been handled. We only really need to make it to the end game. That is actually our only requirement at this point. So, does it mean I'm going to stop checking things? No. More than likely, I'm going to continue to check things at least, just so I can have some level of progression kind of going along here and there. Really, it's mainly so we can get weapons leveled up, all that magical stuff. So, Great Rune we have active at the moment is probably one of the best ones we can have active, and that is Radahn's Great Rune. Purely because Radahn's Great Rune, it has so much shit going on for it that's just really good. 25% to health. Apparently that deer is enough to be a son of a bitch. Wonderful. But yeah, 25% towards health, 25% towards our FP, and 25% towards So yeah, endurance. My bad. Long story short, just really good. Stats that we pretty much need in droves and just don't have enough of on a daily basis. Oh. Didn't really need it, but hey, we have the Flux or the Nox Flowing Sword. My bad. Staff of the Avatar. Fat mid out of 10, if I'm not gonna be honest on that one. Like, it's God, it's such a bad weapon. It's such a bad weapon. I'm not even like, it's not that good. It's just not that good. Yeah, no, Alon, I definitely remember you from yesterday, man. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're taking wonderful care of yourself and all that magical schnoz. So, I had a... I don't really know what else to call it other than, like, a wonderful idea not too long ago here. I was kind of playing around with some more Elden Ring / Soulsborne ideas, and I was kind of thinking one of the things we could do at some point or another here is do pretty much a run. Alon, you don't need to delete your message every single time, bud. Like, honestly, like, it's completely fine. Like, I personally, yeah, don't even stress about it, man. How did you find me, bud? Actually, you know what? That is one of the biggest things I don't usually get to know about too much. How did you find me? What was your key way of figuring out where my channel was? And, like, was it a YouTube recommendation? Was it a TikTok notification? Was it... I think Twitter sometimes pulls through for me, but it's very rare, frankly. Yeah, what was your main way of doing it? This is a hard lad to get up to, but I'm going to try it real quickly. We can't do it within like 1 to 2 tries, then I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. Well, I say 1 to 2, but really I mean like until my stubbornness gives out. Because that's almost always the case with this, is like it's stubbornness. YouTube recommends me. Okay, well good. I'm glad to hear it actually. That does feel good. Okay, well, that was a little bit of fucked up jump right there. I made that jump there. Okay, alright, whatever. That was a bad jump. That was a really bad jump, actually. Should play Happy If I Know It. Well, I will certainly consider doing such a thing. Jeez, oh Pete's. Jeez, oh Pete's. Hang on here. Hang on, folks. Just a minute here. Alrighty, there we go. Thing is like, this jump isn't the most impossible thing in the world for the most part. It's just kind of obnoxious, frankly, when it comes down to it, because you need to make that first jump pretty much with all of your momentum actually leaving from the area. If you don't do that, it doesn't really work. See, that was actually close. That was close. Only problem is right now I'm a little bit worried that my connection on my cable is a little bit more buggy than it actually needs to be. And unfortunately, because, you know, PS and all of their wonderful inventions, Microsoft, they don't really enjoy that too much. Son of a biscuit! One of my jumps got eaten. It'd be a lot easier to probably do this if I were actually playing from my console, but whatever, it's fine. Son of a biscuit! I don't want to run around the whole way just to get this. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna live with it. We're gonna live with it and move along. Tell you what, Alon, if you want to, drop a link to the game from Steam or whatever if you want to do it, and put it in the Discord. That would be my easiest recommendation to you. I'd probably say go ahead and do it in, like, promote. You know what? I might make a channel for suggestions, for game suggestions and whatnot. That might not be a bad idea. But in the meantime, go ahead and drop it in, like, promotions, I would say, if you want to, like, drop a game in there. Because that would probably be a really easy way to recommend something. Okay, so we have a wizard battle going on there. That's cool. So, yeah. That's what I would say to you, my friend. I love how we're running all the way around here just so we can see this one merchant. Like, it's hopefully going to be worth it in some capacity. Because the worst case that could happen right here is that the merchant won't sell shit that's valuable.
There, custom well.
Okay, that's actually, yeah, okay. Alright, yep, that's pretty worth it. Also, infinite cheap crab meat, yeah, infinite cheap crab meat. Like, I don't think I need to really express that deeply. Like, infinite cheap crab meat is just... okay, shrimp just immediately became obsolete, so wonderful. We'd love to see it. Broad daylight? Yes, perfect. Very cool. Nice! Nice, 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 nice! We really... oh my god, we really love to see it. That's very good news, actually. I love how you can always kind of tell when I am not looking at the camera, frankly, because it's always little moments where it's just incredibly obvious. Like, it's literally me running into a wall for a couple of seconds, and that is usually when I am not obviously looking at the game, because I'm trying to read chat, frankly. And again, I need to fix that probably, I really need to fix that probably. But do I? I don't actively do that, so anyways. I'm gonna get the site of grace over here, but I'm not gonna do this castle just yet. Because this is, kind of too dangerous, frankly, to test the waters on it, and I'd really prefer to not test the waters on something that will more than likely murder me, especially if it's bad. Though, let me ask this. I could see about cheesing whatever boss we're dealing with here. We could always see about doing the Nile cheese. Would you guys actually want to see me do Nile cheese here? Because I do have the equipment to do such a thing. We could do that. That is not impossible. So, only thing I'd be worried about is if it's a boss that has, like, projectiles in any sense. Well, Starburst, either way, I hope it goes well. I hope it goes very smoothly. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. Do not feel at all obligated or responsible in being here tonight if you don't need to be, okay? Because thank you very much for just being here in general. I do greatly appreciate it, and do not, like, seriously, please, do not feel obligated, okay? Appreciate your presence, but I'll tell you right now that, like, whatever you need to do, I'm proud of you for doing what's important, okay? So. You can tell me to hush all you like, but I'm not gonna fucking... I very rarely shut my mouth. You know, one of my biggest problems is probably the amount of cursing that I do, frankly. And I know it's kind of, I have a bit of a vulgar mouth, which is also hilarious because I'm not necessarily, like, incredibly vulgar as a person. It's just a matter of, like, they slip out of my mouth more frequently than they really should. So, is it a problem? Sure. Yeah, it is. But, yeah, anyways. Do I have enough to level up? I don't think I do. I do have a flask upgrade, though. Let's go ahead and do the flask upgrade. There we go. Cool. Alright, let's run across our lake right here. Is our boss... What is our boss here? Do we know what our boss is going to be? It should be a dragon. Dragons almost always replace dragons, which, yeah, that really, there's not really a question about that. It's almost always dragons to dragons, so. That's a lobster and a late game lobster, so I'd really prefer to avoid that. Alright, here comes our dragon spawn. What's it gonna be? I don't think it can be bad, actually, funny enough. I don't think whatever the dragon spawn is here, it can be bad. So, that's good news. Ooh, fat money! Heroes Rune 5! That's a lot of money right there, actually. That's a lot of money. Okay, so what's the church got for us? Church has got a bat. That is not awesome. Prince of Death's Cyst. Get the set of grace. Awesome. There we go. And what's here? Somberstone Miner's Bell-Bearing 4. Or, I'm sorry, 3. Counting is semi-difficult, okay? Alright? I never promised that it would be easy. That's overall pretty good. I can't complain. I cannot complain. That is actually a pretty good result for the most part. Fuck this guy and yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, just fuck him. Newman's Rune, a little bit of extra money. him up. Fuck him up again. Pretty sure if you just murder them, they don't get the chance to explode. Nice. The one thing I wish I had right now, more than anything, would be the Ritual Shield Talisman or the Bubble Tier. Only because either one of those prevent a immediate one-shot in every single way. And that would be just... I really can't explain it other than that would just be the bee's knees. Like, it really would just be the best thing to make sure that, like, our safety is kind of guaranteed at this point. But it's not necessary, I suppose. So I think at this point, we're just going to go ahead and kind of make our way right up towards the top of the mountain. But I am actually going to go ahead and at some point here pivot. And I think, if I remember correctly, we actually have a spirit chilling for us right now at the National Bank of Dragons, or Durgans, if you want to say the correct term. We're going to go check that out. Probably, maybe, I think. So, with any luck, that will merit something. This is actually pretty damn far into the game, by the way. This is actually really damn far into the game, by the way. I am... God, you know, honestly, I'm pretty damn stoked for the most part. Because, like, we're not really too far off in the scheme of things. The one thing I think I wish I had right now was, like, a decent source of bones, frankly, so I could actually, like, farm some bones up to make maybe, like, some rot arrows or some poison arrows. But other than that, I think we're fine. It's really not that important in the scheme of things. It's a nice thing to have, sure, but it's not necessary. It really kind of falls in that special little category of, like, if we have it, it would probably greatly improve our overall output. But, yeah, again, not necessary. Fuck this. Fuck this goober. Worth 761 a single time. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Because I want to make sure that we're kind of preparing for late game, to some extent at least. And I don't know what we're gonna run into soon enough here, but I would prefer to kind of start prepping for eventualities. Why don't we, real quickly, check and see what our merchants have and see if anything applies to what we currently have. Also, bell bearings, because I have a couple. There we go. Cool. Alright, 14, 16, 15, 15. Almost enough for a full max on that. Nothing missing there. Cool, okay. These are graves at this point, which graves would be nice. I might actually pick up one full set of graves, and okay, ghosts are fine. Alright, we're good on that. Don't really ever want to go into the sewer, frankly, because the sewer is just... yeah, it's one of those areas I just don't want to see myself ever going into. Everything else here is kind of like a fat mid out of 10. Not going to concern myself with it. I do have this crossbow here. Would this be worth... okay, well, just remember Gostock has that crossbow. Either way, we have these right here, so let's go ahead and prep ourselves for that. I don't think I have any perfume recipes that are worth talking about right now, so I'm not going to concern myself with it. Alright, what's this one? Thawfrost? Okay, no, not even close. Nothing here is worth it. Exalted Flesh might be a worthy recipe, so I'll pick it up, I suppose. Everything there is pretty much no, not even close. The other thing I could always consider about doing too here, and I don't really think I want to personally, but it could be an option for us, is going back through and finding bosses that I think would be reasonable enough to do, because there are going to be certain areas I think that at this point in the game we can handle without really thinking about it too hard, but I also don't really want to risk that too much in the scheme of things, because it's like it really is one of those matters of like, oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, bones. If I have an infinite bone supply on any of these merchants, that is kind of important, and not big bones, small bones in particular. But long story short, our main goals right now kind of fall to really just more defense for the most part. That's really our biggest concern at the moment, because if we don't have more defense, we're not, well, I can't say we're not going to make it, it just ruins our odds. Like, it puts a major dent in them, so. I have a lot of poison bow darts, actually. I can't really say I want to go out of my way for poison bow darts. I'll pick up the Dragon Heart purely because I have a lot of cash right now. But yeah, that could be potentially worth it. Oh, infinite thin bones. Pick up a lot of those real quickly. Very good. What are these gloves worth? No, not even close. Not really worth the effort that I could put into them. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I might actually go out of my way and upgrade the compound bow that I have, because I have it, and it's not a bad bow, and it honestly might carry pretty hard for what it's worth, so it might kind of be worth it. Everything here is kind of a fat mid out of 10. Not that concerned. Infinite boiled crab, which we already have it, so yay for that much. This is the Celian Sealbreaker, which this one specifically for Caelid. Okay, so we have checked all of our shops at this point. That is what we have. You know what? I think as it stands right now, I am going to go ahead and say that our investment, when it comes down to it, let's go ahead and make some rod arrows real quickly. I'll make a couple sleep arrows while I'm at it too, because I can. Let's make 3 stacks of sleeping arrows. There we go. But we're gonna go ahead and upgrade the compound bow, because or composite bow, my bad. Composite bow at this point has probably been one of our best friends as it stands. I'm gonna pop a lot of money here actually, because I have a lot of money. And once we're done upgrading our bow, at least, whatever comes out of that, we'll go ahead and kind of use that around the fact of what we have. So yeah.
No.
Greedy, you here for...
Which reminds me, what do we have here that could potentially replace... Right, we were gonna go visit the church real quickly. The Dragon Church. So that's a plus 13 composite bow. Again, not really meant for damage, frankly, but it is a plus 13 composite bow at the end of the day, and that is much better than just sitting on our hands and hoping for the best. It's not going to produce a lot of damage, it's just going to produce some damage, and that's fine. We don't really, it's not our expected damage dealer, So let's real quickly, by the way, folks, this island right here, does anyone know how to get to this island, actually? Because I have never, ever, ever been to that island in this game. Not a single time. So, curiosity, never known. A little bit of food for thought. Alrighty, there we go. So we have Oleg here. If I remember correctly, Oleg is actually a ghost. I think. I'll go ahead and pick him up just because I can, but let's go see if they upgrade Ghost or if they upgrade Grave. If they upgrade Grave, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep the boys on hand because they've been doing so much work as is. And frankly, having a nice distraction spirit is really damn good. So, yeah. Engval is a ghost. I can get them up to a +8 as it stands. Okay, you know what, honestly, that might be kind of worth it. Well, let's risk the odds here since we have literally... We have the resources to do such a thing, so let's risk the odds here. Why not? I have 45k on me right now. It's 47k to level. Let's go ahead and quickly level up. Let's get a quick level up in, and then we'll go find out what our fire giant is. Worst case, fire giant is the worst. I mean, it is going to guaranteed be a 2-phaser because fire giant is 2 different bosses. But with any luck, we'll get away with it. So, yeah. Should we start pouring into strengths? Why don't we aim for 30 in our endurance, and then we'll start kind of pivoting off of endurance. I think that's probably a decent enough idea. I do have a lot of cash on me right now, actually, so it is not impossible for me to find out some other resources and see if we can maybe pivot around it. I just don't think it's probably worth it, in the scheme of things. Okay. Alright. Let's go for it and see what we got going on. Worst case, we have no cash on us right now, so we can just dip from the arena. So. What do we got? Whatever it is, it doesn't... Dragonkin? Falling Dragonkin. I'm not as familiar with Falling Dragonkin, but isn't Falling Dragonkin the one that, Falling Dragonkin is the one that I think that turns into a lightning boy, if I'm not mistaken. Jizo Pete's, he does a lot of damage. Crab up real quickly. Hit him with one of these. Engval is taking a lot of damage, which is good. Engvall, do some work. Engvall is not actually doing as much work as I was hoping. Beautiful. I might want to crab up real quickly and rebuff while I have a chance to. Never mind. Alright, whatever. You know what? Let's see what we got going on. Oh! Hey, Radon! Okay, so Radon is a little bit scary, but it's fine. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, recrab. Okay, alright, wonderful. Radon, put down. Like, oh my gosh. Whew. Radon kind of put up a little bit of a fight there. Radon kind of put up a little bit of a fight there. Oh my gosh. Hey there, Anthony. How you doing tonight, man? It's good seeing you. Hope you're doing awesome. We, as it stands, we're just kind of making our rounds right now, man. Just joining the stream right now. Nice, man. I'm glad to hear it. Well, hey, man. Yeah, we're we're officially just kind of making our way into the official late game of the game at this point. You know, maybe I should upgrade my talisman. It might be worth it to upgrade my talisman purely so I can start doing some damage with like other forms of damage right now, but I don't know. I sound a little bit sick. I promise you I'm not actually sick at the moment. It's just one of those. It's just one of those days. A little bit of some allergy bullshit. That's really about it, actually. Unfortunate, as it is. So we can almost get up to 800 or 1800 in health. I don't think I'm gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my cap. I think at 30. There, 30 endurance, 50 health. There we go. Rocking pretty well to that. Awesome. Let's go and talk to Melina, get Cosbeed, and then we'll be on our way. Awesome.
I have long
Yeah,
this
no, I'm
world
doing good, man.
is in dire need of undead.
So
Are
what you
you
up to since you
prepared to
platinumed
commit?
Spider-Man?
Very well, let my hand.
Alrighty. So, officially, we have made it all the way to Farum Azula, which, by the way, folks, congratulate yourselves very, very, very much. We have officially made it this far in the game. And hey, the game is even polite enough to greet us with an immediate legendary, though it's not a very good one. It's like, gotta be one of the worst ones I think I could have found, frankly, but oh well, fair enough. And really not that good. What do we got around here? That is not very good at all, is it? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna real quickly buff up around this corner. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite satisfied with the bird killing itself, but, you know, wasn't expecting it. But we take those. We do, in fact, take those, folks. So the bird murdering itself in broad daylight like that, completely fine by me. I'm just going to do this real quickly just so I can get the poise break on the lobster here, because otherwise it's going to completely murder me in broad daylight. Or not lobster, but the octopi. We are officially out of falcons. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I don't want something on my hotbar unless I have something for my hotbar, so I'm not going to worry about having it there. Celestial Dew, fat mid out of 10, we love to see it. What do we got here? Golden Rim, okay. Oh, nice, man. Well, hey, I mean, dude, I sincerely wish you the best of luck on that stuff. It is, frankly, it is a grind and a half when it comes to that stuff, but as long as you're doing games that, like, have consistent, decent things to plat, you're definitely gonna make it. Like, in no time whatsoever, you're absolutely gonna make it. So, there's no guarantee. Or, like, there is absolute guarantee about that. Never mind. Put him in the grave. Funny enough, as much time as I put into this game, I've never gotten plat for it. I think I just, like, didn't care, frankly enough, to get the plat for it. It's not that I didn't love the game, obviously enough. It's just, it's one of those things of, like, I've always only played, really, the Soulsborns purely for the Soulsborne formula, not the trophies. So... Thing is it's like, it's not the hardest plat in the world to get in the scheme of things. It's just one of those things of like, I didn't care. Put that man in the grave real quickly. Love to see it. That is completely fair, honestly, on that one, Anthony. I don't know. Like, it's, again, one of those things of like, I think it's probably one of my favorite games, but I just don't really care. Yeah, Shroomish, I am still indeed doing the run. I have had... I've had my fair share of upsets when it comes to playing this, so yes, I have found myself continuing this run, all things considered. I don't know why I would do it this way, but I'm just going to do it this way because it's the normal way. You know what? Fuck the skeleton, because I don't really want to die to stupid shit. Also, fuck this guy. Fuck the hand. Nice. Thing is it's really just one of those matters of, like, I've literally just run into a certain number of, like, enemies and whatnot during these playthroughs, and that's really all it comes down to every single time. It's like, you run into the wrong enemy on any of these playthroughs, and that is literally what does you in. And you can't pre-prep for any of it. You literally just have to say, oh, no, it'll be fine. And you have to be able to say, like, oh, I'll take it a little bit slower this time. And unfortunately, I am a mix of ADHD and OCD at the same time, where I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this, and also I want to grab every shiny. So as you can see, it's a bad formula. It is. So, the problem being... Okay. Oh, well, that's actually delightfully easy to deal with. Okay, cool. Take my free item real quickly. I'll see you in a minute here. No worries, Anthony. Take care, bud. There's an item right there, and I want it, and it's shiny, and I'd love to see it in my inventory. Remembrance of the Lich Dragon. Cool. Can't really say it's that important anymore, because every level up costs, like, an insane amount. But with any luck, maybe that'll be worth some level of an item. Actually, that's really it. Maybe with any luck, that remembrance will be worth something more than usual, but otherwise, it's not worth shit. Our level ups cost way too much for it to be worth anything. I'm not gonna lie, having this sword has probably been one of the most beneficial reasons to this run as it stands. The weapon art is just so insanely, stupidly good for just, like, this is the weapon I would probably recommend to a casual on a daily basis. This is quite literally as, like, casual of a weapon as you can get when it comes to Elden Ring. Which is really beneficial to us, because the run we're on right now really... I'm not going to say it requires it, I'm just going to say it sucked without it. So, let's go and do that Bell Bearing 3 real quickly. Okay. All that is pretty good. I have pretty much all these. I'm going to go ahead and pick up an extra Ghost Wart. Everything else here is kind of a fat mid out of 10, so we're not going to even stress ourselves out with it. Wonderful. Let's go and find out what that remembrance is worth. If it's worth anything. If it's not worth anything, then we don't have to concern ourselves with it. Also, our Phantom Engvall is an 8. Do we have the 9 to make up the difference? No, we don't have a 9. We already have a Ghost... Okay, alright, damn it. We don't even have the 8.
What use? I am a fool, as you know.
Or, no, I'm sorry, no, it is just the 9. So no. No, neither of those are remotely worth talking about. Neither of those are remotely worth picking up. Okay, cool. Wonderful. And everything else here is pretty miserable, so
Now, do
yeah.
what you
Bye. Yeah, let's go and spend... let's just spend our cash. Let's just spend our cash real quickly. Go ahead and get that level up real quickly. Extra 30k, so it's not going to be a lot, but... Yeah, it's almost 60k at this point anyway, so level up, so whatever. It's fine. You know, I guess another option with this cash... You know what? No, I am going to go ahead and do this, but what we're going to do too is we're going to go get the stones we need to level up our talisman. And that way, if we run into another big boss like Placidusax or Fire Giant or Fire Giant 2.0, any one of those, Placidusax's Ruin, or not Placidusax's Ruin, I'm forgetting the name of the spell right now, but the Red Lightning. The Red Lightning spell, it will be amazing against those exact bosses, because it will just be amazing against those exact bosses, frankly. So, yeah. I guess... it's such a tough choice. Because if I do more Arcane, I could potentially set myself up for getting Rot Breath or something like that. But if I do something else, I could potentially improve my current stats. I'm not really good. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and go for the big brain play, and I'm just going to say Rot Breath, if I can find it, will be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful play. But right now, as it stands, I don't really have that, so it's not really gonna happen, probably. I have Dragonfire, which I could technically maybe make an argument for, but it's... I do have Black Flame. I do have Black Flame. Black Flame would be really good. In almost all cases, Black Flame is just really damn good. But is it really synergizing with this build? I'm going to say maybe Poison Mist might be better here, purely off the basis of Poison Mist is just Poison Mist. So we're going to go Poison Mist on this one. And I am going to go ahead and upgrade my my Talisman. I'm going to upgrade my Talisman as much as I can get it. It's unfortunately Smithy, which is costly, but I can make it happen. So let's get it up as much as we can. That way we can have a little bit more going on in the background. A little bit more damage is not a problem. We have a lot of runes too. That is absolutely a fact. What did you miss? Not too much in this case. We're really just kind of moving ourselves along as best as we can here, Rossi. We found out that getting up to the Gods Can Duo fight is not the worst thing in the world. We have yet to make it to, what you call it. So, more fun, eventually. But, as it stands, we're doing pretty darn good. We're probably going to get our Talisman a little bit more upgraded here so we can do even more. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. So. Okay, so we can get our Talisman to a +8. Or a +18, my bad. +18, not bad. Let's go ahead and do it as best as we can. Hopefully, we won't run anything too bad. Go. Wonderful. So, +20 on our Godslayer seal, and I feel like that's pretty good for the most part. We're already almost at that next level cap anyway, so I guess I could maybe try to push it through. You know, let's go and try and push it through. Why don't we try and push it through real quickly? Just because we can. There. One more quick level up, and then we'll move along. I forget exactly what you need for Rot Breath, but I think it's 15 Arcane if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to go out of my way to, like, start hunting it down or anything crazy like that. I just, like, again, one of those things of, like, if we find it, awesome. If we don't, whatever, okay? It might not even be worth it, frankly, to level up that category, so we'll see. Crab. Chug. Summon the boy. Oh, wait, that's Mimic. That's just Mimic. Real quickly, let's equip a bow that we can't actually use. Yeah, that's Mimic. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We're good. We're golden. Yeah, I think Engvall has us pretty well covered here. You know, I'm not gonna say I need to bully myself more often, but like, I think I do need to bully myself at least a little more often. Because like, this is pretty good right now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was pretty worth it. God, what a free boss. What a free boss. Even so generous to give me a golden seed. What a sweetheart. What a kind soul they were. That actually fills my heart with like genuinely so much relief. That it was just Mimic Tier for this fight. I was kind of worried that it'd end up being a duo fight or some shit like that, but that's nice. That is very nice. Okay, so we have a gremlin and a what? A flower? A squirt. Okay. That does a lot of damage without the weapon requirements. Okay, cool. That is a mildly concerning enemy, but we're fine. We're okay. Mildly concerning enemy. Much more concerning enemy. Less concerning enemy. Ooh. Okay, big guy, you do not have to knock me off the cliff like that. Thank you so much for you, sweetheart. Okay, let's move along. I don't want to find out. I don't want to stick around long enough to find out. Okay, alright, wonderful. Okay, cool. Alright, so one rare and one common here. I'm gonna just take the rare and move along with my day. Yeah, I think I'm good. Fun fact. Fun fact, I think I'm good, folks. I'm just gonna go ahead and move along here. I think whatever this enemy is, it should technically drop something. Right? Never mind. Okay. I totally expected that to drop something. I was entirely wrong about that fact. Alright, fair enough. Go ahead and sit down real quickly here, and then we're going to keep moving along. So, good news, bad news. Good news, it is a randomizer, so that means we're not going to probably take what would be considered a normal. Well, I mean, normal route would technically be the other route here today. No, the good news, I'm sorry, is that we are technically working with a randomizer, so everything that we run into is going to be less dangerous than usual. But the bad news is that we're also working with a no-death run, which means that we're probably not going to run directly into danger as we would normally, which would be the other route, which would be the skip. Because the skip would technically be safer in some capacity, but yeah. Cheezo Pete's, I don't know what the hell happened there, but it sure did, didn't it? fucking randomizer. Like I said. Brunello's full moon. Okay, fat mid out of 10. That's fine. What do we got up here? Welcome back, Starburst. And yeah, no, definitely. Totally, indeedly, diddly do. Did miss ya. Hope everything went well with your friend, or if it is still going on, I hope the best. I do genuinely do so. There is one check up here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's one singular check. With any luck, it's a tier. A Summerstone and a Glovewort bell bearing. Okay, well, either way, I guess that's not terrible, but it's not exactly what I was looking for. So, whatever. It's fine, it's okay, but either way. What build am I going for in this case, Shroomish? The build I'm going for is pretty much the one that I have exactly right now, which is that is a lobster right there, and that is mildly terrifying. Is that a lobster on top of another creature? I don't know if I want to fuck around with that, but I think I kind of have to some extent. Alright, here's what we got. Because this is the surface area spell that I was talking about before. Put the lobster down. Oh, boy howdy. Yeah, no, we managed to find 2 great runes not too long ago here. So yeah, we definitely did it. Yeah, no, we found both great runes that we needed to kind of progress the game ultimately, and luckily we are nearing our way towards that last couple of bosses in the game, actually. That is an unfortunate enemy that would be blocking this path. Luckily we have plenty of these, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that real quickly as my advantage. Because I don't want to risk potentially dying to this piece of shit. Wait, actually, hang on here. Because I just remembered, before I completely forget, because I'm a total dum-dum, goofball even. If you overload it with poison, if I'm not mistaken, Rossi, I think we owe you, my friend, a wonderful, wonderful thank you, because that was totally on you. So, Rossi, you just saved the run, my friend. Good job. Wonderful job. That is just a regular bear, but... a regular bear. A fucking regular bear. Just a regular bear. If there was one thing to learn about this game, folks, is that there's no such thing as just a regular bear in this game. Even the rune bears are intimidating beyond all belief. I'm sorry, did I say rune bears? I meant regular bears. Gosh. Yeah. Really sad to say, because I actually was planning on a pretty fun run here soon for Elden Ring, and it shouldn't have actually taken as long as I thought it would have, but ultimately it's taken a lot longer to kind of get to it just because of some general factors and whatnot, and it's kind of, it's unfortunate. It is what it is in that category, but yeah, yeah, so, um, gosh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with more strength. I'm going to go with more strength purely because I guess I would like to ultimately one-hand this weapon. It would be nice. But let's go ahead and move ourselves along and see what our next major boss is. With any luck, it won't be too hard. With any luck, we'll be moving along before you know it. Spirit Talisman, a fat mid out of 10. That lad should be worth a fair amount. Cool. Wonderful. Okay. So, crab up real quickly. Go ahead and remove those spears real quickly. I'm going to buff up real quickly. Can't summon the boys just yet here, but let's summon the boys now. I'm sorry, one boy. Okay, we're going for, okay, so it's that version. Love to see it. Put him down. What's our next phase? Gold free? Okay, I can live with gold free. Gold free is not bad. Gold free is actually pretty reasonable. I'm gonna go and crab anyways because crab, but this is fine. I'm gonna let Engval take the front line because, yeah. I rolled, but okay. There we go, another boss down. We love to see it. And that is actually the bell bearing we needed right there to get our weapons up to a plus 24. So we can officially get a normal weapon if we wanted to up to a 24. I might do that. I might do that. I might do that purely because we have a whole bunch of cash on us right now and not a whole lot of places to spend it. But I also don't inherently see a whole lot of reason to worry about it too much, because at this point we are officially on the final run of the game, is really what we are on. So, if I spend these points, I have how much left over? 50k left over? Okay, alright, well, you know what, I might actually do that real quickly. Let's do that, spend the money. What weapons do I have that would potentially be worth that effort, that are normal? Maybe the Antspur? I can't really say the Antspur just because the Antspur is only really there for the rot proc, and unfortunately leveling it up doesn't increase rot proc, which is just too damn bad. Yeah, the big red hammer wouldn't... I don't think the big red hammer is the right play, honestly, unfortunately. Serpent Hunter wouldn't be a bad idea, but the thing is the entire playthrough has been completely focused around damage elements that have just not been really focused on that weapon, so I don't think that's quite the play. Maybe Starfist? Well, you know what I guess I could do is I could always max out the composite bow, maybe. I don't have a bow that unfortunately... Damn, it's too bad I don't have, like, a barrage bow. Because if I had a barrage bow, that would be awesome. But I don't have that at all. I think if I had a choice here, it'd probably end up being the Anspur Rapier. It's primarily, again, just because the Anspur is the only one of the bunch that can do the work that we're looking for. So I think that is probably the play. Cash on us. Let's go ahead and pop some runes, and let's make it happen. We also have the stats for it, which is kind of really damn important. The thing is honestly, it might be completely valueless. Because whatever we run into, it might end up being that we run into something that it just can't do any work on whatsoever. And that is completely fine, if that is the case, honestly. But at the end of the day, it is worth at least kind of investigating those things, just to see if that is what we are working off of. Right now, I think we need more ghost, if I'm not mistaken. Which we got the ghost, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go check this out real quickly. Hang on here. Oh, I forgot to turn these bell bearings in. Duh. No wonder. Graves. Ghosts. Okay, so this is grave that I have on me right now. Do I swap? You know what? Let me swap back to the boys. I'll swap back to the boys purely because I can level up the boys like that. But, yeah. Why don't we swap back to the boys? The boys are already at a +7. Getting them max out to 10 is probably better than a plus whatever Ingval. So. Okay, so missing the +9 for that, but okay, you know what? It's fine. Are we missing a +9? Oh no, we're missing the max. My bad. Okay. Alright, so Anspur. We're not going to get any extra stat values out of this, frankly, towards our Scarlet Rot buildup, which is a little unfortunate, but it's okay. It is what it is. We can live with it. It's really just about having that buildup. So. I could do this, and that would give it Poison buildup and Scarlet Rot buildup. I just don't know if it'd be worth it, is the problem. This would be Frost. This would be Frost and Rot buildup. That's kind of tempting. That is pretty tempting, actually. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and go for that play. Why not? Alright, can I equip this in my offhand without it being a problem? Yes. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So I think we have our play. Let's go see what we're dealing with. What is our Gideon? Let's go find out what our Gideon is and go from there. By the way, folks, let's see if we can wrap up tonight. If we can't, we can't. But I think we'll be wrapping up soon here, hopefully. It really is kind of dependent on what our last few bosses are, so we'll kind of see. It's unfortunately very dependent on that. Sacrificial axe. I am not going to pivot weapons at this point in the game. Not even close. Alright, boys are on our hotbar right now. We're good to go on that. We already have our flask all set up. We have Golden Vow. We have our lightning spam. We have our poison mist. And of course, in our offhand, we have the juicy juice that it is. So let's go find out what our boss is. With any luck, it'll be something reasonable, and we won't have to stress it too much. That's really the prey right now, honestly. That's first phase Fire Giant, which, in the scheme of things, isn't the worst thing in the world, but I want to make sure all my setup kind of happens right against him. First phase Fire Giant is actually not the worst thing we could have ever come up against, so you know what, I will actually take this pretty politely. Chug this, run into the boss arena, go ahead and summon the boys. Buff. Crab. Only thing I'm worried about here is that the boss is just gonna be a dick. And do shit like that the entire time. Why is he chilling outside of the arena? Wait. What the fuck? Huh? What? That's not supposed to happen. What happened? What happened? I'll take it. Okay. He's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to do that. Sure, I'll take it though. Oh my god. Alright, well, shit. You know what? Yeah, okay, this seems reasonable. Sure. Oh, yeah, Shroomish, that's exactly what it came down to. That was just pure luck. Yeah. We'll take the easy bait answer on that one. Sure, okay. That was the most asinine performance I think I've seen so far. That was not supposed to happen. That was just not supposed to happen at all. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright, what's our next one? Our next one is gonna be a Dole boss, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. That's fine. Give me the item. Thank you. Oh gosh, okay, alright. Here's hoping it's fine. Here's hoping it's okay. Here's hoping whatever it is, it's not a miserable time. Because frankly, we have two bosses up ahead of us, and that is the scary part. Alright, here's what I'm going to do real quickly. I'm going to buff myself. Chug. Alright, there we go. Chug this flask, and then we're going to walk right in. That's a Makar, I think. Okay, Makar is reasonable enough. We can deal with Makar. Makar is unfortunately a little bit fire resistant, so that part does kind of suck here. Big meaty chunkers to the brain. Stab him in the eye real quickly. There we go. Love to see it. No, I don't have the ability to do that right now. That's fine. phase. What do we got? That is Renala? Renala's shitty phase too. That's actually okay. You know what? Actually, we love this. We'd love to see it. That is really good news. In fact, this is the perfect opportunity for us to whip out the poison, because the poison will pretty much just completely carry us through this phase. So yeah. I got stuck on one of her children. That's a little unfortunate. Honestly, these Radon boys are, they're like some Romans running through a Greco town right now, because they are slaughtering all of the kids. They do not care. That was an awful history joke. Oh my gosh. There we go. Put her in the grave. Nice.
Tarnished. Thy strength befits a crown.
Me and the boys pulling up to your village in the middle of the the 1500s AD. Thank you, Starburst. I greatly appreciate it. I really do, actually. Thank you so much. Wait, what the hell? Why did I immediately get up? Odd. Well, you know what? I would love to spend my cash here real quickly, so I'm going to go real quickly to the Table of Lost Grace, and yeah, let's spend that money real quickly. That is 300k that I have, and I would love, love, love to see it be spent real quickly. So 1 point here that officially allows us to hold our weapon with 2 hands. I have 4 extra points right now. Wow, that's a lot actually. That's kind of a lot. I could go for an extra 100 points in health almost, or I could maybe split it up a little bit. Gosh, I guess it's dependent on what I think is probably the most valuable. You know what? I think we're going to go with... What if we went with endurance? What if we went with endurance on this one? Went with endurance. Go ahead and see what armor we can actually equip with that in mind. Can we actually increase to... Oh, we can increase to Lionel's Greaves on that one, actually. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. Okay, Knight's Cav gloves, sure. And then, frankly, we already have the malformed armor set on, so we're good to go on that. This hood is probably going to stick with us through the end of the playthrough, because it is just damn way too good. Honestly, it is a flat health increase, and that is... I don't really need to explain myself very much. That is just, frankly, better in almost, like, most cases. So, I think we are... You know, I'm not going to lie, we're probably as bad as ready as we are to go right now, but I'm going to spend up the rest of the cash real quickly here. Go ahead and get it spent up as best as we can, and let's go check and see what we're dealing with for our final bosses. Okay? I have 24 of these fingers on me. I don't need any of them. I don't need soap, probably. Cotton, never needed it in the first place. Don't really need any of these. I'm going to keep these on me purely because if it's a Nile or an O'Neill, those are very useful. And if it's any boss that actually has a Spectre on it, that might be very valuable. So, yeah. Most of these stones might be valuable. That's not very valuable, though. That's not valuable. Crystal darts could be valuable. Throwing daggers are no. Kukri, no. These, no. I hope that never is valuable. I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's go ahead and just go for it. We have an extra 55k towards our total count right now. Is that enough to get one more level? No, it's not actually. I'd like to try and squeak out one more level if I can help it. What do I have that I can sell? A lot of food. That's not going to be as valuable though. Alright, let's sell one of these, maybe two of these, a couple of these. I don't see myself maxing out anything, frankly, at this point, so... 77k if I'm not mistaken. This is not going to be valuable, probably, but I'm going to hold on to it anyways. Armor sets. I don't see myself using any staffs, frankly, but I might hold on to... loose sats for some reason, just because it's probably one of the best staffs in the game, so it might be worth it. I'll sell that. Jar Cannon is a fat no. This is a no. That's a no. That's fine. Okay. Don't see myself really using any of these. Hopefully I don't have any situations like that. Okay. Damn, I am selling a lot of stuff right now, aren't I? No. Alright, we should almost be there for our total count. I don't see myself wanting this or needing this, so I might sell it. Yeah. Sell that to... That might be enough for one more level. Like, I know I'm doing a lot right now just to squeak out literally one more level when I could maybe go fight a boss or something, and that would probably be enough. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I just don't... Like, our point tonight is to beat the game. That is our point. If we beat... Right, I forgot. This is a weird grace, because apparently this one does not allow me to sit down proper. I don't know why. But anyways. I only have one more point to spend this entire playthrough, so I think I'm just going to go with a little dash more of health and say fuck it. Alright, there we go. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. This is officially it. This is the end of the playthrough. Will we be able to do it? Will it be a bad boss? Will it be a good boss? Let's find out. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a real quick drink here, folks. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you had a lot of fun with it here tonight. We are doing a lot of challenge runs like this pretty darn consistently, honestly, and it is the easiest way to let us know if you like what you're seeing and you want to be a part of the community. So, yeah. Thank you, Starburst. Thank you, Shroomish. Appreciate it. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. Final boss of the game. What's it gonna be? What is our last two going to be for the night? Alright. Alright. Crab. Golden Vow. We're gonna flask up, and then we're gonna walk through the fog. Unfortunately, that does waste a little bit of time on our flask, frankly, doing it that exact way, but whatever. Fia's Champions? Okay, that seems reasonable. That's incredibly reasonable, actually. I'm gonna buff my voice real quickly, purely because I can. And I'm gonna reapply crab. Right, another one down. Fia simps are going down like fucking wildfire. We'd love to see it. God, we love the Radon boys. The Radon boys were such a good play. Ah, I should have recrabbed. Whatever. Okay, what do we got? Oh! A clergyman's fine. Clergyman is, like, so fine. Okay, we're good. We're good. Unless he shotguns me in the face, like, multiple times in a row, then it might be problematic. You know, I think we're fine. I think we're fine, folks. I think we've just officially beaten the game. And this is how Icarus rose above his odds. This is how Icarus officially met the ends. And this, my friends, is how our story was written. Nice. Ah! Oh my gosh. Damn. Damn, folks! We did it. We officially fucking did it. That is the end of our journey. That is the official end of these Elden Ring randomizer no death runs. I hope you're all quite happy for it, because frankly, I'm pretty happy for it right now. I am personally very, very happy to see this moment right here. This has been a long moment coming, frankly. It's been a lot of fun doing this, but it has definitely been harrowing every single time losing one of these runs. So, like, seeing this happen right now is just it's a good feeling. It is a damn good feeling. So, but long story short, that is officially it for the night, folks. I am gonna go ahead and call it here. If you enjoy what you saw here tonight, and you had a wonderful time with us, do be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time hanging out with all of us. And honestly, we are doing challenge runs like this more or less consistently, frankly. Getting some other games in there when we can, granted. But
became Elden Lord.
So,
In our home, across the
thank you,
fog,
Starburst. Thank you so
the
much.
lands
I really
between.
appreciate it. Alrighty, folks. Well, there we have
Our
it.
seed will look back
The
upon
Age of
us
Fracture,
and
officially
recall
brought in by Icarus on our
an
wonderful
age
no death
of fracture.
randomizer run. So, but yeah. That fucking face every single time. Oh gosh. Alrighty, folks. Look, that is going to officially have to be it for tonight. I really, really greatly appreciate all of you coming in here, having a fun time with me and all that magical stuff. But I think that is going to have to do it for tonight. The next time we are officially live, I am not sure exactly what we are doing just yet. We might actually continue a little bit more with Baldur's Gate 3. Unfortunately, we've kind of had a little bit of a delay in the stream incentive run that we were planning on doing for gosh darn it. I'm sorry here. I'm trying to remember the name of the run here. But essentially, no death encumbrance run or no death heavy load run, pretty much, is what we're looking at doing next. And unfortunately, there's a particular mod that the viewer and I came to agree on that we were thinking that would probably be a lot of fun for it. It has not quite come out yet, so we might have to do a little bit of a balancing act on it. We'll have to see. Depends on how long it takes. But without further delay, folks, thank you so much for stopping in tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. It was a wonderful time, honestly. Officially, we are done with the run for tonight. Let's go ahead and bury this boy as he needs to be. And with any luck, this will officially be it for these randomizer no death runs. Like we might come back to this at some point in the future here, but I can't really say when, just purely that we might. But in the meantime, folks, get some sleep, get some food, get some rest if you're in that time frame of the world, all that natural stuff. Thank you so much for stopping in. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a great way to help out the channel. And yeah, honestly, just take care of yourselves, okay? I will see you all next time. And I think that's really about it for tonight. See you later, folks. Thank you so much. Take care.